Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Machine Heads. Today, we're taking a deep dive into two new heavy hitters from JCB, the 400T compact track loader and the 4TS8T Teleskid. And this 4TS8T Teleskid is a telehandler CTL hybrid that takes the term jack of all trades to a whole new level. I mean, these machines aren't just minor updates to their respective lineups. They represent a major push for JCB into the high horsepower end of the compact loader market, and they share a powerful new platform that's packed with some serious capability. Okay, so what's the story with these two machines? What makes them tick? And most importantly, does this new Teleskid represent the ultimate manifestation of the idea behind a compact track loader? So to answer that question, we're going to break down the shared DNA of this new platform because these two machines do share that similar CTL platform. We're going to look at what makes each of these new machines unique, what distinguishes them not only from the rest of the market, but from each other. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will know exactly who these machines are for and how they fit into the broader CTL market. Let's dig in. All right, so first up, let's talk about the why behind both of these new machines from JCB. Why are we seeing these new powerful large frame CTL platform machines from JCB at this exact moment? So the compact track loader or CTL market has been on fire for the last several years, steadily stealing market share from other machine types. That is an old story at this point. But JCB says the real explosion in demand recently has been in that large frame segment. We're talking machines with higher than 90 plus horsepower ratings, high flow auxiliary hydraulics, and a rated operating capacity of over 3,500 pounds. And this reflects how customers are demanding more than ever of the CTL as a machine category. Specifically, they're demanding tool carrier capability like never before. Contractors and operators want one machine that can do the work of several, with the ability to downsize their fleets and boost productivity. Customers are content no more to simply run buckets and forks, and operators need the power and hydraulic flow to run massive, high-demand attachments like forestry mulchers and large coal planers day in and day out. So yeah, it's this demand for more power, more capability, and more productivity that really created the perfect opening for both of these new machines from JCB. And as a result, JCB has put a lot of time and effort and thought into both of these new machines. Specifically, they've put 2 years of development work into these two new machines. Now, we're going to get into the specifics on each of these machines and what makes them different, but before we do that, let's start with the heart of these new machines, the CTL platform that underpins both of the 400T and the 4TS8T. Now, under the hood of these two machines, you're going to find a 4.4-liter JCB EcoMax engine pushing out a very healthy 109 horsepower. It's the same one that they use in their telehandlers, backhoes, and wheel loaders. This engine achieves Tier 4 final emissions regulations without the need of a diesel particulate filter or a DPF. That means no DPF to service, no regen cycles to worry about, and especially for you guys in forestry, no risk of a hot regen cycle creating a fire hazard out in the woods. Now, on top of that, they've engineered the cooling system so well that even with the massive hydraulic output that this machine is capable of, there's no need for a bulky external auxiliary cooler. And that hydraulic output is really the next chapter of this story. When JCB was developing these two new machines and the platform that they are built on, customers really kept asking for one thing as they kind of demoed these machines for the first time. And that one thing was more oomph. Now, more oomph is definitely a very hard principle to engineer into a machine. I don't know what you measure apart from just kind of like a seat feel for something like that, but JCB did their best. But customers wanted a machine that just felt more powerful, that pushed hard, that kept their attachment spinning no matter what. So to deliver that oomph, beyond just kind of equipping this machine with a 4.4 liter engine, they've also equipped this platform with some serious hydraulic options. You get standard flow of 24 gallons per minute and a high flow option at 33 gallons per minute. But the really big news with the kind of platform that these two machines sit on is the new Superflow package, which delivers a massive 42.3 gallons per minute of auxiliary hydraulic flow. And JCB was really smart about the implementation of this Superflow mode. There are actually two of these Superflow modes that you can select from inside the cab of both of these machines. One of the Superflow modes runs at 42 gallons per minute and 3,300 psi, while the other maxes out at 42 gallons per minute and 4,000 psi. Now, this lets you perfectly match the flow and pressure to what your attachment can handle, ensuring that you get the absolute best performance without damaging your tools. Now, of course, all of that power that these two machines possess is really kind of useless if the operator isn't comfortable and in complete control of the machine. And this is where JCB's unique design philosophy really shines. Now, it all starts with that side door entry that JCB CTLs are known for. Instead of climbing over an attachment to get in through a front-facing door, you're just able to hop in from the side of this machine, just like getting into your truck. It's safer, it's easier, and it's possible because of JCB's signature single-arm power boom. This single boom design, which is adapted from their telehandler line, is also the key to incredible visibility on both of these machines. You're going to get a massive 60% better field of view around your machine compared to a conventional twin-arm design CTL. Now, one of the common kind of like concerns whenever someone takes a look at this single-arm kind of boom design that JCB is known for is strength, rigidity, durability, but you don't have to be worried about that. This boom is made of a high-strength steel, and it comes, most importantly, with a lifetime warranty from JCB. Now, once you're inside the cab of these two machines, JCB says that this is the largest cab on the market for a CTL, and it's a premium experience right from the factory. Inside, you're going to find a heated air suspension vinyl seat, Bluetooth radio, heat and air conditioning, everything you can imagine. All those premium features, premium comes standard on both the 400T and the 4TS8T. And you can control everything inside the machine with fully electric over hydraulic joysticks, including a 7-way multifunction joystick that lets you operate complex hydraulic attachments with ease. In the cab, a 7-inch touchscreen display is your command center, and it's where you can switch between ISO and H-pattern controls, select your hydraulic flow mode, and even dive into the My Choice settings to customize your joystick sensitivity and responsiveness to your exact preference. Okay, so that's the shared platform between these two machines. No matter which one you go with, the 400T or the 4TS8T, you're going to get that DPF-free engine, you're going to have massive hydraulic power, and you're going to have a best-in-class operator station. But now it's time for the main event. What are the differences between the 400T and the 4TS8T? And which one of these machines should you buy? All right, so let's start with the 400T. Think of this as the ultimate expression of a pure, large frame, compact track loader. It's got a rated operating capacity of 3,994 pounds and an operating rate of 12,544 pounds. Now, this machine is an absolute beast for site prep, high production dirt work, and forestry applications where you need maximum pushing power, but don't necessarily need the extra reach that the Teleskid version of this machine supplies. If you're a customer who wants to get into this JCB single boom side entry platform in that more traditional CTL package, you know you need a CTL, but you don't know if you're quite ready to take the full leap to the Teleskid, the 400T is the right machine for you. But then there's really the headliner of this video, the 4TS8T Teleskid. And this is where things get really interesting. JCB says this machine can do the work of 4 machines in one: a forklift, a telehandler, a compact track loader, and even a compact wheel loader. And that's all thanks to its telescoping boom. So let's take a look at the numbers here. The 4TS8T Teleskid gives you a massive hinge pin height of 15 feet with that boom extended. It has a forward reach with the boom extended of over 8 feet. That is just a lot of added versatility over your traditional, two-arm boom design CTL. And thanks to that extra reach, this machine can even dig 3 feet below grade. This completely changes how you can work. You can place pallets on the second story of a building, load dump trucks from the other side of an obstacle, or clear out a ditch bank while keeping the machine on flat, stable, and safe ground. Now, before we were talking about all of that auxiliary hydraulic flow that you're going to have access to on both of these machines. And really the killer feature when we're talking about the 4TS8T is that you're going to get access to the full hydraulic flow, the full amount that this machine is capable of, including that massive superflow rating, all the way to the end of the boom, even when it's at full extension. Imagine running a forestry mulcher or a brush cutter or another type of attachment and being able to reach over a guardrail or another obstacle down below grade or farther out from you. The possibilities when you combine this reach with full flow hydraulics at the end of it are endless. Now, of course, with any telescoping machine, you've got to think about capacity, right? Not just capacity near the machine, but capacity at full reach and what the effect of extending that boom is going to have on your overall capacity. Well, there's good news with the 4TS8T. With the boom retracted, the 4TS8T has a rated operating capacity of just south of 4,000 pounds, 3,999 pounds, right there with the 400T. Now, when you extend the boom all the way out, the ROC does drop by 50% to 1,878 pounds. Now, that 50% reduction might sound like a big drop, but that's still a huge amount of capacity at full extension, just south of 2,000 pounds. And that is more than some small CTLs can even handle when the load is right up against the machine. Now, with all of this in mind, we've talked a lot over the last couple of years on this channel about tool carrier capability, and specifically the increasing demand for increased tool carrier capability and how that has had such a huge impact, not just on the construction equipment industry, but on the compact segment of the construction equipment industry over the last 10 or so years. Tool carrier capability and the increased demand for it is really responsible for this huge rise in demand for compact machines in general in the last decade. And if I'm being honest, I don't think I've seen a machine in recent memory that really embodies that trend and really embodies the promise of a compact machine more than this new JCB 4TS8T Teleskid. Now, how these machines operate out in the field is obviously yet to be determined, but the 4TS8T is the purest form of a CTL's promise. Power, flotation, robust attachment support, including full flow support at full reach, and small telehandler-like load and carry capability. Now, when it comes to pure versatility combined with power, the 4TS8T Teleskid looks to be in a class all of its own. All right, so with all of this in mind, who are these two new machines for? How do you choose between them? At the end of the day, it really comes down to all that extra versatility that the 4TS8T brings to the table and how well you'll be able to put that versatility to use. Now, right off the bat, choosing between these two machines, you should absolutely go with the 400T if your work is primarily about pushing power. If you're doing site prep or mulching and you don't find yourself needing to lift exceptionally high or reach over obstacles, the 400T is going to give you all of the power that this new platform has to offer in a very straightforward but incredibly capable package. The other thing to kind of keep in mind here is that we're going to talk about stepping up to the 4TS8T. And when we say step up, there's about a 15 to 20% price premium that the 4TS8T carries over the regular 400T. Now, on the other hand, you should step up to the 4TS8T Teleskid if you're a contractor or operator who does a little bit of everything, or if you want to invest in a machine with extra versatility with the goal of adding new types of work in the future. If you need to load high-sided trucks, place materials in weird spots on job sites, or if you work in applications where that extra reach and below-grade capability are going to save you from having to bring in a second machine or maneuver your current machine around a lot, well, the Teleskid is a no-brainer. That extra 15 to 20% price premium could easily pay for itself by increasing your efficiency and the range of jobs you can take on with a single machine. It's also the clear winner over a small wheeled telehandler if you're working in conditions that are soft or unimproved ground conditions where you need the flotation and traction of tracks. All right, guys, so there you have it. JCB has had its ear to the ground over these last several years, and their push into this higher horsepower, large frame CTL segment of the market certainly has that JCB flair that we've come to expect over their long history of machine releases. And with the 400T and the 4TS-AT Teleskid, they've built an incredibly powerful and operator-focused platform to compete at the very top of the CTL market with a bunch of extra versatility with that 4TS-AT. The 400T is the pure powerhouse, and the 4TS-AT is arguably one of the most versatile compact machines ever introduced, and certainly one of the most versatile machines that you can buy today. Production on these machines has already started, and you can expect to see them start hitting dealer lots around mid to late October. All right, but we want to know what you guys think. Is that DPF-free engine with such a high horsepower machine, is that a big deal for you? Which of these two new machines would you choose? Are you interested in the extra versatility of the 4TS-AT Teleskid? Let us know down in the comments below. One more thing before we go, guys. If you found this video helpful in any kind of way, please do us a favor and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. And be sure you're subscribed to us here, Machine Heads and the Compact Equipment channel here on YouTube. And if you want more information and more kind of just pure content about the compact equipment segment, just like this video, a whole lot more is available at our website, compactequip.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. We always appreciate the time, and we'll see you in the next one.